Thank you very much. Thank you. And hello.
Been the best thing that ever happened to me. Cheap Trick's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Yeah, best thing that's ever happened to me. Cheap Trick's the best thing that's ever happened to... You didn't just see all that, did you? Oh, well, I didn't know that you were there. Hi, everybody, it's me, Matthew Street, but you know what? The heck with it. I'm just going to leave it in. I didn't know anyone was watching, but that's okay. Folks, it's March 22nd, 2026. And last night, March 21st, 2026, I had the distinct pleasure of seeing one of my all-time favorite musical artists of all time, Cheap Trick, down at Foxwoods Resort Casino in Connecticut. Oh my goodness, folks. Hallelujah for Cheap Trick. That's all I can say. Their new album, All Washed Up, absolutely brilliant, with a signed card in the back from all four members. All right, I'm going to get that framed very soon, actually, to be honest with you. But this album is fantastic. And they were on their All Washed Up Tour 2026, which started in late February and runs through late May. People, catch it if you can. Go see them. Now, I want to get into this because I got a lot of great live footage to show you, photos, and I also want you to just get into the music, get into everything, and enjoy the few songs I was able to record for you, and I want you to enjoy this band because they are absolutely fantastic. But real quick, before I run off, and I'll see you on the other side, this will be a rock and roll moment that I will never forget because I had the distinct honor of meeting Dax Nielsen, son of Rick Nielsen, drummer for Cheap Trick. I did a video about Dax about a week ago. I hope you check that out. I'll put the link here. Prior to the show, as you know the story if you saw that video, I have a friend named Chris, who I've known for like 48 years, since we were in the United States Air Force together, way back, met him in the late 70s. Met him in 1979, and I've known Chris ever since. And he is a wonderful friend, wonderful person. He's an author. He's written books. He's a rock and roll photographer. He's a musician. He's just a great guy, a great friend, a great person. And he is friendly with Dax Nielsen. I've told you the story if you saw those videos, but I'll say it real quick here again. He helped to facilitate a meeting between me and Dax before the show. Unbelievable. So Dax gave me his phone number. And I'm sworn to, obviously, I will never, abuse it again or use it even again because I don't want to, I was so kind to Dax to give me his number. But Dax informed my friend Chris to have Matt text me when he gets to the venue, and we'll try to set up a meet and greet for me and Dax. And when I got there with Mrs. Street, I texted Dax, said, Dax, I'm here, I'm out near the security checkpoint area near the box office. And Dax texted me back and he said, hey, we just got in. I couldn't believe it. The night before they played in New Jersey. And he said, we just got in from the New York City, New Jersey area. Just got in. He says, but I'll make nice of him to do this. So nice. I'll make my way up there and find you. I said, well, that's great. So he came up, he met me in front of the entrance and recognized him right away, obviously. He's a pretty tall guy, and waved to each other. He came right over. He kind of figured who I was, and we did some nice greetings and hellos with Mrs. Street. He was very kind to my wife, and we talked about Chris, obviously our mutual friend, and I just said Chris was so over the moon about some fun stuff they had done recently together that I knew about, and so we chatted about that for a little while, and that Chris really thought the world of Dax, and Dax said the same about Chris, that he thought Chris was a great guy, and I told him that my friend Rich, who you know here as Wink 55, had seen the show the night before in New Jersey. Rich is from New Jersey. I said, Dax, I can't wait for the show because Rich said it's absolutely awesome, fantastic. And he really was appreciative of that. I said, I'll tell your friend. I said, thank you. Hope you enjoyed tonight's show and all that stuff. And I thanked him so much for doing this. I said, Dax, thank you so much for just even taking the time to come up here and do this. He said, no problem. My pleasure. Happy to meet you. And then wisely, you're going to show your appreciation to people when they do something nice for you. I had a gift bag all prepared with a lot of cool goodies inside for Dax and a thank you card. And there was some Beatles related stuff in there. So I hope he enjoyed that. And just said, thank you so much. Can I get a quick picture with you? I really love it. And he said, sure, absolutely. So nice of him, arm in arm. My wife, Mrs. Street, took the picture, which I will obviously show here to you. Now, you might be saying, why didn't you get him to do a Matt Street promo for your channel or something? Folks, he had just come in from New York. He, just came up from the previous night's gig. I didn't want to tie him up. Dax, can you start doing some video with me now? I was so nice to have several minutes to chat with him, to get a picture with him, to give him the gift bag, to meet him. Such a nice man to share his phone number with me. And then we went into the show. And I've got more to tell you about Dax after I show the travelogue of seeing Cheap Trick in Connecticut with the music. So stay tuned for that. It's only about 10, 12 minutes long. And then at the other side, I'm going to tell you more about my communication with Dax after the show, which was so kind of him. So folks, what can I say? You got to see this. It's Cheap Trick. You got to see this. So let's watch the show. It's absolutely amazing. Not the whole show. Like I said, about 10 minutes of it. You're going to love it. Come back on the other side, and I'll tell you what happened after the show. Stay tuned. Love you all. Get ready for some fun. Bye-bye. Hey, everybody. It's Matthew Street, and I'm on the road. I'm on a road trip. I'm heading down to Connecticut, more specifically Foxwoods Resort Casino in Ledyard, Connecticut. And I'm going to see a band I haven't seen in quite a few years now, but I saw them many times in the past. And that's one of my favorite bands of all time, Cheap Trick. I'm heading down there. I'm going to rock out to the band. Really loving their new album, All Washed Up. And so as I traverse these country roads here, I will make my way down to Connecticut. More to follow. Stay tuned. Well, as I leave Massachusetts, cross into the biggest little state in the Union, Rhode Island, and I am coming towards Providence. Not sure if I'm going to be able to show it to you or not. I'll give it a try though. Let's see what you can see after we get by these apartments. Oh, there it is, off in the distance. Providence, Rhode Island. There you see it. Tiny little city. Well, compared to other capitals, state capitals, it's pretty tiny. And anyway, as we get onto Route 95 South heading towards Connecticut to see the Cheap Trick concert, you all remember the movie Dumb and Dumber, when Harry and Lloyd made their journey from Rhode Island out to Aspen, Colorado, where they had a lot of misadventures and exciting things. Well, you might remember in the beginning of the movie, they drove by the Big Blue Bug. Well, here it is. We are going by the famous Big Blue Bug that was in Dumb and Dumber. And here you go. So you got to see that. Onward and upward to the Cheap Trick concert. Welcome to Emerald City. I am the great and powerful Oz. La 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 la. Yes, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz in the great Emerald City, in the middle of nowhere, in the woods of Connecticut, Ledyard, Connecticut to be exact. We are approaching the one, the only Foxwoods Resort Casino. And in a short period of time, I will be seeing one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all time, Cheap Trick. So stay tuned, sit back, relax, and as we make a cool corner here, there it is. Cheap Trick live at Foxwoods.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome to the stage the best rock band you've ever seen, Cheap Trick.
this place in particular. This is the best audience yet. I want to thank you guys for having us, and we'll be on all summer, so come and see us again. Good night. We're Cheap Trick.
Come on. Come on. We need to celebrate that. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Rock and roll. Hail, hail, rock and roll, right? Hail, hail, rock and roll. Folks, come on. They still got it. Cheap Trick is amazing live. Their new studio album, All Washed Up, is amazing. Remember, I've upgraded my grade up to an A- now. Love it. So, folks, what do you think? These guys still have it. Now, I was a little nervous because I wasn't sure about Robin's voice. You know, you see silly things on YouTube. You get these naysayers and asswipes on there who say silly stuff about, Robin, he doesn't sing like that. Folks, he was amazing. For a man in his early 70s, he sounded great. Tom Peterson singing backup and singing I Know What I Want, singing great, playing great. Now, Rick is an older guy now. And it's funny because he was, kind of shuffling around the stage and that, but he still cranks it out. He still shreds. And Dax, what can you say about Dax? He's amazing. You know that. I love the guy. I appreciate his kindness to me and my wife. So, I mean, they're amazing. And Robin's son wasn't even there at this show, so they didn't even have a supplemental backup singer or another guitarist with Robin's son, Robin Taylor Zander, which I would have loved to seen Robin Taylor, but he wasn't there last night. But Dax and Tom handled the background vocals, Rick a little bit, but folks, it was an absolutely amazing show. I hadn't seen them in a few years, so I was so stoked to see them again. And I loved it because it was their tour for All Washed Up 2026. It was all about them. They were the headliner. And they filled up this place in Connecticut, and people were going nuts. And the ages were from kids all the way up to the old original fans like me, all in the middle. Everyone loved Cheap Trick. They were absolutely amazing. One of the best live shows I've seen in a long time. And I saw Oasis recently, and I've seen some good shows, folks. And I saw the Hives the night before, and they're an amazing live band, but Cheap Trick killed it. They knocked it out of the park. They absolutely did, folks. It was absolutely stunning. Great. Now, I want to get out of here because I know it's been a long video for you, but after the show, I said to my wife, before it gets too late and Dax goes to bed or whatever, I just want to send him one. I don't want to abuse his phone number or anything. I never would do that. I said, I want to send him one final text and thank him for meeting with me and Mrs. Street, saying hello, taking the picture, gave him the gifts. It was wonderful to chat with him for a little while. Before I could even do it, Dax texted me, Matt Street, nobody here. He texted me and said, hey, just want to thank you so much for the wonderful gift bag. I love the gifts. I hope you enjoyed the show. I had to text him right back. I said, Dax, you're welcome. My pleasure. Thank you for meeting with us. The show was amazing. It was absolutely fantastic. And then he, cool as it was, Dax started to text me. We were texting back and forth for a little while last night after the show. He said, I wrote back to him and I said, hey, wishing you and your family all the best. Good luck on the rest of the tour. The show was amazing. You're a heck of a drummer and blah, blah, blah. And I said, I have one last little present for you. And I sent them to the link to the video I did 5 or 6 days ago about him. Go back and check. It's going to be linked after this video, folks, over here on the side. It's a Dax Nielsen video, which I talk about him. I sent him that link. I said, this is just a little something for you in parting to say thank you. And didn't think I'd hear back. He texted back a little while later. Hey, saw the video. Thank you so much. I was so kind of you to make a video about me. And in the video, I said he's not only a hell of a drummer, but he's a hell of a person. And he wrote back and said, it's being a good drummer is important. He says, but I always try to be the best person I can be. And that, what a great guy. What a man of character to have that kind of attitude in life, is that try to be the best person you can be to everyone around you. What a message, right? So we texted a little bit more, and I said all the best. And, on the rest of the tour, we joked a little bit, and that was it. But isn't that so nice of him after the show? He went out of his way to text me first, and then we had a little exchange for a while afterwards. So Dax, thank you. Thank the band. Thank you, Cheap Trick, for the wonderful music and your wonderful live presentations. It was an absolutely stunning show, and I, for one, will never forget it. And I'm so happy that I met such a fine young man to me. Can I say that, Dax? Young man? A fine young man as Dax Nielsen is. And Rick and Karen Nielsen, you should be very proud of yourselves. You've raised a fine, fine son. All the best to you, everybody. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Hype me if you can. Come back soon for another video. And thank you. Thank you again. I hope you enjoyed my little Cheap Trick concert travelogue. Bye, my friends.
Oh, shit, boy. That was a party.